Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Rosalind, do you know where I left my Levi jacket?
I believe you left it downstairs in the denim room.
No, sugar. Not that one. That's the one with the pearl buttons that I wore last night at the formal state dinner.
You mean supper.
No, now, Puddin', let's go over this again. This is one compromise we have got to make to appease these Yankees up here. The midday meal is lunch, and the evening meal is dinner.
Miss Lillian won't like that.
Well, I plan to talk it over with her as soon as she gets back from shopping. She has gone to buy me another new suit.
That's another thing, Jimmy. I think she's overdoing it. Have you seen our bill from Robert Hall? Jimmy, we have gone over our $200 limit.
You only live once, Rose. Listen, I am looking for the blue jean jacket that has the cowboy fringe on it. The one like our ambassador to France has.
Oh, Greg Allman.
Yes.
Honey, you have never had a blue jean jacket with fringe on it.
That's right. I have lusted after one like that, though. Many times in my mind, I have seen myself wearing one. But I believe all men do.
Hush up that kind of talk now. Listen, here comes the groundskeeper.
Oh, yes. Hello. What is your name, son?
Ralph?
Then you won't mind if I call you Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, we want you to help us in bringing a little down-home atmosphere to the White House.
Yes. We cannot get back to Plains as often as we would like to these days. So we want to bring a little South Georgia up here to D.C.
The first thing we want you to do is, come here. You see that long fence out there running by the sidewalk? Well, right inside of that fence, I would like for you to dig a long trench about 1 foot deep and about 50 yards long.
Yes. Then we would like for you to take about 100 old tires and paint them white. And then bury them about halfway up.
Now, make sure that they're even, though.
Yes, that is important. We don't want this to look tacky now.
And don't forget, Sugar, that your brother Billy is coming up to visit this weekend.
That's right, Rose. Did you remember to mail him a Greyhound ticket?
No. No, Jimmy, he says he prefers to hitch.
Well, then he should be here Friday, Saturday for sure. What we would like for you to do, Billie Jean, is to get a 57 DeSoto and put it out in the middle of the front yard, out there on the grass.
Now, make sure it doesn't have any wheels on it.
Well, now, I believe Billy Jack knows that, babes. Now, you wouldn't leave an old rusting car in the front yard with the wheels on it, would you?
Of course not.
Did you get the ants?
The ants?
Yes. There are no ants out here in the backyard or the front yard or anywhere around the White House here.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, it is.
And I have saved you 14 one-pound coffee cans.
Coffee cans?
Yes, I would like for you to paint them red and plant some gladiola bulbs in them, and then put them out on the south portico.
Of course, that is just until they open up now.
And then we'll transplant them.
Oh, yeah. Let me guess. Out by the tires.
You're catching on, Billy Joe.
Well, I'm into landscaping.
Heavy.
Mr. President, the interpreter is here.
Thank you, Dixie. Come in, son. Come in.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Suppose it could be. What do the polls say?
The polls say sunny and mild through Thursday.
Then it's a good day. What is your name, son?
William.
Then you won't mind if I call you Billy Bob.
Not at all, Mr. President.
I think the State Department must have briefed you on the important mission that we have here this morning.
Yes, sir, I am to act as an interpreter
That's right.
for a highly important private conference
That's right.
between two of the world's greatest leaders.
That's half right. Now listen, this is a crucial meeting. When heads of state get together, it is extremely important that each man understands exactly what the other is saying. Not just the words, but the meaning behind those words. You must relay to me his mood, his intention, every little nuance, so that I may detect the real deep meaning of his every expression.
I understand, sir. I must tell you what he means in spite of what he says.
The Prime Minister is here, Mr. President.
Thank you, Crystal. Now, Billy Bob, follow him closely, Billy Bob. Don't let me be misled by this man's foreign language. Good morning, Mr. Prime Minister. How y'all? The missus says she hopes your kin are all okie dokie.
Sir, the President says greetings and that his wife extends cordial best wishes for good health to your family.
I see. Well, good. Tell your president that all is jolly well in Fortress Britannia, and that me mum says cheers, and Her Majesty expresses her most heartfelt salutations.
Sir, the Prime Minister says likewise and that the Queen says howdy.
Well, Mama, how do you like your room?
Oh, it's just fine, Jimmy, just fine. You know, at first I didn't think I could relax in a room where a Republican used to sleep, but then after yesterday, I imagine I could have been happy anywhere.
Look, Mama, don't fret on that, what happened yesterday. That's over. Accidents will happen.
Yeah, but Jimmy, now, that was the official White House pickup truck.
I know that. But we had told the Secret Service that you and A.J. would be taking a few laps around the White House.
Well, whose helicopter was that I hit?
That was daughter Amy's helicopter.
Daughter-in-law, you ought to talk to that girl about picking up her things whenever she gets back from Camp Skip-It.
Well, I do, Miss Lillian. But you know the silly little things she does when she gets mad and starts to pout.
Silly little things. Well, I hardly think that getting on Jimmy's red phone is a silly little thing.
Now, Mama, she just wanted to call Priscilla Joan back down in Plains.
Yes, well, now you just explain that to Mr. Brezhnev. He still thinks Jimmy got into the Jack Daniels and put her up to it.
Hello, this is Jimmy Carter. Another one? Well, I tell you, I think we have cleaned out everything. Well, I'll look. If we find it, I'll send it right out. Okay. Dick, was it on cassette or reel-to-reel? Before I answer any questions, I have a statement to make. There has been much criticism from the White House press corps. I wish to make it clear that we have attempted in all our efforts to provide both creamy smooth and crunchy for you members of the press. However, the television camera crews have been taking more than their share of the creamy smooth, thus leaving you more discerning members of the newspapers to make do with an overage of crunchy. I would like to announce that I have, however, asked the Secretary of Peanut Butter, Miss Amy Carter, to allocate equal and fair portions to all of you. Amy has asked me to announce that your box lunches will be distributed free of charge. However, you will need to purchase a thermos of lemonade to qualify for a free box lunch.
Now, how much will the lemonade cost?
$19. Now, are there any questions?
Mr. President, do you plan to improve the transportation for the White House press corps to cover your trips around Washington, D.C.?
Well, what is wrong with the flatbed that we have now?
Well, it still has watermelons on it.
Well, now, you have raised a very delicate issue. I must now reveal that those are not watermelons. Those are Secret Service men in disguise. However, we plan to discard this technique.
Why is that?
Well, because the Secret Service men are complaining about being thumped and plugged.
Mr. President, don't you think that the criticism is valid that you are showing favoritism to the South?
I believe I know what you are referring to. Yes, some people were a little bit upset when we moved the Washington Monument to Atlanta. And of course, we knew there would be some opposition when we changed the words to, "Oh, say, can y'all see?" I think it is only fair for me to point out, however, that we did give New Jersey the boll weevil, that we did use every single aircraft in the Strategic Air Command to resupply Minnesota with knee-high orange.
During your campaign, you promised to eliminate unemployment. Now, so far, that has not happened. Will you keep this promise?
No.
Wait, don't you feel you must keep your promise?
I usually do. But when I said that, however, I was exempted by an old Southern tradition.
And what's that?
I had my fingers crossed.
Okay, there. Now, are you comfortable on that couch?
Do you have any diet RC cola?
Aha, you feel people don't like you because you are overweight, huh?
No. I feel people don't like me because they don't know where I stand.
Now, why do you feel this way?
I don't know.
Well, where do you stand?
I don't know.
Let's start at the beginning, huh? Now, what kind of job do you have?
I am the President of the United States.
Sure. And I am Napoleon, and we are going to have wonderful time here this evening, huh?
Now, seriously, I am the President. But people will just not accept that fact.
Now, let's find out, why do you think you are the president? Now, what did you do before you become president?
Well, I used to drive a submarine, but then I went into peanut farming.
It's wonderful. You certainly have the qualifications to be president, don't you? Are you paranoid?
No, I'm a Baptist.
Oh, my. This is going to be good. What name do you use when you are the president?
Jimmy.
Just like Georgie Washington and Tommy Jefferson. Now, tell me, Jimmy, do you like living in the White House?
Well, yes, I like it there. But this city makes me uncomfortable. There are so many strange and exotic things here.
Like what?
Well, the streets are all paved. I don't think you believe I am the president.
Listen, don't worry. The world is full of doubters. As long as those close to you believe, that's all that matters, huh? Now, your wife believes you, doesn't she?
No,
How do you know she doesn't?
because she is still checked in at the Ramada Inn in Georgetown. Thank you all very much for coming to our dinner. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We enjoyed it. Good night.
Rose, I want to say it.
Jimmy, don't now.
Come on now, wait until they've gone down the walk. They won't hear me.
If they hear you, I will die.
Oh, they won't hear me.
Y'all come back, you hear?
Well, I'm going to check on Amy. Good night.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
I can tell by the tone in your voice. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, good night.
That's right. Just go on to bed.
Okay, Rose, what's wrong?
As if you didn't know.
I don't know.
Oh, won't you stop saying that? I don't know. I don't know. How did you ever get to be elected president?
I don't know. Now, what is the problem?
What is the problem? You think I don't notice little things like when we're at a party?
Like what little things?
Oh, just the little things like you dancing with her 3 times.
Rosalind, she is a very special guest.
Well, I don't care if she is the Queen of England.
Rose, she is the Queen of England. Good morning. I have asked to talk to you because you are my closest advisor. Some of the members of my cabinet are sometimes reluctant to give me the straight skinny. However, I know I can depend on you to tell me exactly what you think and not to spare my feelings. Sometimes I think my advisors are not quite sure of what to tell me. I think a good clue was yesterday when the Secretaries of State, Defense, and Commerce took 3 pennies and odd-manned out to see whose opinion they would represent. So, do you mind if I ask you a serious question?
Not at all, my son.
I need to know what to do about my future plans. As you know, I campaigned high and wide to be elected, from Natchez to Mobile.
From Memphis to St. Joe.
Wherever the four winds blow. What I am asking is this. Do you think I will be re-elected?
What do your advisors tell you?
Well, actually, there's only one who really knows, but I can't ask him.
And why not?
Because I can't pronounce his damn name. It's Zbig Zbigniew Salutski or something.
So you want me to reveal the future to you?
Yes, I would like to know very much. If I should strive to continue to dedicate my entire life to an unselfish sacrifice on behalf of this great and free country, or should I call Billy and just tell him we'll put the whole bundle on a new amusement park called Peanut Land? I beg your pardon.
Now, you'll have to see Jerry Ford for that.
Please tell me now, will I win re-election in 1980?
Trust me.
That's a good line. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I give you the press secretary.
Thank you, good buddy. Hey, y'all. Now, look here, I got a few little old statements for y'all, and then I'll take any reasonable questions.
How do you define reasonable?
Ones I can answer. Now, listen up. First of all, before I start, you want to get that TV camera off the presidential cold drink box? Now, we are changing the ID cards for the White House press corps. Instead of them fancy little laminated thingamabobs, you will all get these here little buttons that say peanut power. Hey, now, hold on, good buddies. Now, look here, I intend to do my doggonest to maintain what you call your press relations, but if push comes to shove, me and Billy here can whoop all 3 networks, 4 metropolitan dailies, and throw in Newsweek for good measure.
Now, don't sugarcoat it, Jody. Just what is it you're trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that if us up here can't find a reasonable way of getting along with you good old boys out there, we'll settle this like we do back in Plains.
Not the drag strip again.
No, not this time. Mr. President Jimmy went and put the kibosh on that. What we'll do this time is take y'all finely suited up fellas out on a good old southern Georgia snipe hunt.
Mr. Press Secretary, what is a snipe?
You can be the first one to find out, ma'am. All right, now hush up. Here are the day's announcements. Miss Lillian was not too happy that Mr. President Jimmy came in after 11 o'clock last night, so in the future, all meetings of what you call your National Security Council will meet before supper, and that includes emergencies.
Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Did I say it was question time yet?
No.
Then it ain't question time yet. It'll be question time when I say it's question time. Question time.
Has the president completed his plans to visit Rome?
Rome, Italy?
Yes.
No, that's been canceled. Now, I know they got their crises over there and all that, but, well, you see, that date conflicts with the Chitlin Strut down in South Carolina. And, well, good Lord, man, life does have its priorities.
Why did the president attend the inauguration in a pickup truck?
Well, the tractor's got a bad rear wheel on it. Now, look, that's just all the time we've got for this here press conference. Y'all come back here.
Hello. My name is Jimmy Carter, and I've got a secret.
Welcome, Mr. Carter. And now, if you will whisper your secret to me, we'll show our home audience what your profession is.
Well,
that is interesting. Now to the panel. Mr. McCluskey.
Mr. Carter, does your profession deal with the public?
yes, it does.
Does it have anything to do with agriculture?
Yes, it does.
Both? Well, now, this is silly, but does it have anything to do with nuclear physics?
Yes, it does.
My, this certainly must confuse a lot of people.
Yes, it does.
Is your work primarily done in the South,
Yes,
the North,
yes,
the East,
yes,
the West?
yes,
Are you a conservative or a liberal?
yes.
Are you a purist?
Ethnically speaking, yes, I am.
Now, what do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Mr. Carter, what do you believe in?
I believe, as my good friend Bob Dylan said, I believe that every time I see a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky,
Excuse me, Mr. Carter. I believe that was your good friend Frankie Lane. Tell me, what do you think about female priests?
I don't think about female priests.
Sir, you are being purposely elusive, vague, and wavering.
Well, thank you very much. That is not easy to learn to do that. I have spent many years in preparation.
I've got it. You must be the President of the United States.
Yes, that's it. What do I win?
What do you want?
What do you have?
The United States of America.
Will you throw in a tractor? Thank you all for attending this evening. This is quite a distinguished gathering we have here. I know that many of you do not know each other personally, so Rosalind and I would like to introduce you all to each other. The President of Uganda, Idi Amin. I would like you to meet a great actor in America, Eddie Albert. Eddie, Edie.
Now I would like for you to meet our distinguished guest from Israel, Abba Eben. Abba, Edie, Eddie.
One of our prettiest actresses over here, Ally McGraw.
Allie, Edie, Abba, Eddie.
Abba, Eddie, Edie, Ally.
Another beautiful performer, Edie Adams. Edie, Eddie, Allie, Abba, Edie.
Ally, Eddie, Edie, Edie, Abba. Oh, here are two of my favorite performers, Woody Allen and Buddy Ebsen. Woody, Buddy, Abba, Edie, Ally, Eddie, Edie.
Edie, Buddy, Woody, Edie, Eddie, Abba, Ali. Oh, and here are two of my very favorite country performers, Kitty Wells and Conway Twitty. Kitty, Twitty, Edie, Woody, Buddy, Eddie, Edie, Ali, Abba.
Woody, Buddy, Edie, Ally, Twitty, Kitty, Abba, Edie, Eddie. Is there anybody else out there?
Yes, sir, Zbigniew Brzezinski.
Would you tell him to go the hell home, please? Hello. This is Jimmy Carter. Foreign aid. Well, as you know, America is the most prosperous country in this world, with vast natural resources and the industrial giant of the world. So I believe without exception that I will, in all cases, refuse to accept any foreign aid. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Hey, you got a plane goes to Nashville?
Yes, sir, we do. Name, please.
Carter,
First name.
Mister.
Middle name.
Billy. Hey, what time's that plane leave?
It leaves at 9:02.
What time's it get to Nashville?
Now, let me check here. Central Time Zone. That plane arrives in Nashville 9:02.
Leaves here at 9:02,
That's right.
and it gets to Nashville at 9:02.
That's right. Sir, would you like a ticket?
No, but if you don't mind, I think I'll just hang around and watch that mother take off.
Hello. This is Jimmy Carter. Thank you for calling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the White House. We are pleased and honored to have the President of Mexico, the President of France, and the President of China as our special guest this evening. They are all here. We have a special treat for you tonight, prepared by my sainted mother, Miss Lillian.
Hi, y'all. No, now don't get up. I I just want y'all to know that I sat out there on the South Portico for 3 hours this afternoon snapping green beans. So, now I hope you enjoy it, and I hope also that all you clean your plates. Remember, there are hungry people in China tonight.
Mama, the president of China is here.
Oh, good. Then he can take the leftovers back with him.
Monsieur Billy, you have your choice of the pheasant McLorde or the lamb côtelette du monde.
I'll have steak and mashed potatoes.
Billy, you will eat what you are served, or I will pin your ears back.
This is the famous casserole parisienne.
You got any ketchup?
Mr. President, would you care to taste our wine?
Senor, that is interesting.
Yes, I thought you would like that. 1976 was a great year for scuppernons.
Oh, Senor Billy, you know many things. Do you think you know anything about Mexican culture?
Well, I saw Lee Trevino in Augusta one time.
Monsieur Billy, please don't tell your brother, but I agree with you. This wine is not all that exciting. I noticed that you are drinking only the water.
Well, this is a special kind of water we get in Georgia. I bring it with me.
Oh, like the spring water from the woods, huh?
Well, it comes from the woods, all right. You want a taste?
Oh, may we. Sacre bleu! Oh, that is rather robust.
Yeah, it'll kill roaches.
Mr. Fong, you shouldn't struggle with those like that. You don't have to use your fork. You can just pick up your pig knuckles in your hands.
Pig what?
Pig's knuckles. They are very popular back home.
Not, I would think, with pigs.
Excuse me, y'all. As a special feature, we have decided, ultimately and finally, to give y'all a small portion of one of our basic popular staples back home. The small bowls now being served are filled with a Southern tradition.
Senor, do we eat this or make things with it?
Very strange. I don't think mine is dead yet. Aha! It is snow from your Massachusetts.
Senora Lillian, if this is mashed potatoes, I think you went to a lot of trouble to separate a lot of tiny potatoes. Huh?
What does one put on this strange food?
A curse, I think.
All right, that's enough. Now look, this is grits. Grits, Grrits. You put salt and pepper on it and you eat it, only at breakfast or any other time you want to. And this is the real McCoy. Now don't ever let anybody say they're gonna give you grits and then serve you hominy or cream of wheat. Those are just imitations.
Senor, why do anyone want to imitate this?
Yes. Confucius say, leave well enough alone. Wise man.
Oh, wise man. Well, how do you know Confucius was such a wise man?
Well, he never eat grit.
Well, Mama, we're gonna turn in now. Are you coming to bed?
Oh, in a bit, Jimbo. I want to watch The Creature from the Black Lagoon Gets a Hickey. Ooh. Now, y'all go ahead now.
Well, sugar, here we are in the White House.
Yes. Yes, honey. They laughed years ago when you said you wanted to be the president. Ha! They said, a peanut farmer from South Georgia with no campaign staff wants to be the president.
Yes.
Ha! They said, a man from a tiny town with no experience in the federal government wants to move into the White House.
Yes, well, that's fine, sugar. Thank you.
They said, a man who is fuzzy on the issues, a man who has no sense of humor, a man who can't take criticism.
You sure know how to make a guy feel good, Rose.
They said, a redneck in blue jeans.
That's fine, honey. That's fine. Let's go to sleep now.
Jimmy,
Yeah, sugar?
do you love me?
According to the Gallup poll, I do.
Jimmy,
Yes.
I noticed on the calendar tomorrow that you have scratched out your first 2 appointments.
That's right.
And you left orders that we were not to be disturbed until 10 o'clock.
That's right.
Do we have anything to do up here tomorrow morning?
Trust me.